Hey, what's up guys? Today I wanted to do a review on the Mavic Air 2S that I just bought. I ordered it right on April 15th as soon as it came out. It arrived about 5 days later, and I've flown it for about 2 days now. I did upgrade from the Mavic Air 2, so I'm familiar with both. But I'm very impressed with this drone. I didn't really notice any major issues so far. Um, Recording 5.4K in 10-bit color is pretty crazy for a quote-unquote consumer drone. I say that because I wouldn't really consider this a consumer drone anymore. This is more of a professional drone. So here I have some raw footage from the Mavic Air 2S. I'll apply a little color grade right here so you guys can see the difference. This is just shot kind of middle of the day, not the best lighting. But it is freaking crazy. The clarity and depth that you get with this 1-inch sensor and that 10-bit color offers a lot of editing room, I guess. Some of the new things about this drone, other than the camera, is it has an upgraded range from 10 kilometers on the Mavic Air 2 to 12 on this one. Um, 12 kilometers is about 7.5 miles. So you're probably not going to get anywhere near that in a city or anywhere where there's noise. But yeah, a 2 kilometer difference, that's pretty good. The drone does cost 200 more for the standalone package than what the Mavic Air 2 did whenever it released months ago. But I'd say it's pretty worth it. This 1-inch sensor is like I keep saying 1-inch sensor. It is, I can't stress it enough how amazing it is. It's the same sensor that's in the Mavic 2 Pro, from what I've heard, which is a $1,600 drone. This is actually a 5.4K video of a train I got, but this is punched in all the way to like 720p. But when it starts zooming out, you can kind of see how crazy that is. Even the quality when it's punched in all the way is pretty darn good. This is a 720p cutout from the Mavic 2 Pro. It doesn't look as good as the Air 2S in my opinion. Um, and when we start zooming out here and going back to the native 4K, you can see that the Mavic 2 Pro 4K is not anywhere near bad. But when you have an extra 1.4K resolution to work with, it definitely helps a lot in situations where you need to cut in. So that's something to keep in mind. Nighttime photography is also something that I'm super passionate about. This was taken on the Air 2S. This is a 20 megapixel photo. It's cropped a bit, and there was at about 3 seconds shutter speed, and it looks really nice. I did also take long exposures on my Mavic Air 2, and I'll show those here in a second. But I think the Air 2S does a lot better of a job handling noise. Noise is probably the biggest issue I face with long exposures, um, and probably everyone else too. So the Mavic Air 2, when you start zooming in more, you can see a lot of weird colors like green and purple where they're not supposed to be. So that's noise, and then in the shadows there is a lot of noise. And there's definitely not as much on the Air 2S, so that's also something to consider if you're into that. Some other things to note about these three drones, the Air 2, Air 2S, and the Mavic 2 Pro. The Air 2 has 8K hyperlapse. The Air 2S and the Mavic 2 Pro only do 4K hyperlapse. The Mavic Air 2 only has 8-bit colors. The Air 2S and the Mavic 2 Pro both have 10-bit colors. And when you're trying to edit and color grade, that's a pretty big difference. The Air 2 weighs 570 grams, the Air 2S weighs 595. It's probably because of the bigger camera and beefier gimbal, stuff like that. They both have internal storage of 8 gigabytes. Um, this was really useful because I actually, when I went downtown to shoot the other day, forgot my SD card, but I was able to shoot everything I needed to on that internal storage. The Mavic Air 2S operates from 0 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius, but the Air 2 can do negative 10 degrees to 40 degrees. So if you're like up in a northern area where, I guess southern area too, where there's usual temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius, then you might want to stick with the Air 2. The Air 2S has digital zoom, and it looks really good. Unless you're doing like 1080p, then it might not look as good. The Air 2 and Air 2S have really similar remotes, so if you have those sun hoods, those are gonna work. They're gonna be cross compatible. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. This is kind of the first video I've uploaded on this channel. Not sure if I'll do more in the future. Just let me know what you think, and have a good day.